Hello, friends. I see a duty of me to be able to put some input into this new election and situations that are going on in the world with the wars and killing and hunger, homelessness. As an individual who cares, would like to put some input as to what our Creator God Almighty wants us to do in this regard. Before I start, I would like to recite two verses of the Bible and also the Quran, the importance of helping one another. In the Bible, in Romans 12:21, it says, "Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." Amazing. Answer evil with good. Amazingly, the same thing in the Quran says, good and evil cannot be equal. Repel evil with what is better, and your enemy will become your best friend. Chapter 41, verse 34. Imagine our Creator, God Almighty, description and prescription into this troublesome time that we have right now is two things. And here we have a situation. I would like to discuss it. Citizens of all nations are suffering tremendously in one way or another. Hunger, war, fire, unemployment, flood, dizziness, displacement, migration, drug and human trafficking, children abduction, gang war, environmental crisis, and etc. 75 million displaced in the world, and homeless, people sleeping in tents in the snow and hot sun, some for as long as 5, 10 years. 25,000 humans die of starvation every single day in the world. 9.1 million each year humans die of hunger. 1,600 children die from hunger per day. One child every 5 seconds. This is a horrible crisis. I would like to put some input into this, see what we really can do. It's about caring, as the holy books they say to care. But the key is the governments, the people who are agencies that get paid to do this. They get paid to come up with ideas to solve the problems. And they're called government, or religious leaders who are supposed to implement these verses of the holy books into betterment of the human being. There are a lot of suffering going on. To care and relate, they are called the governments. The heads of governments are paid to care, to relate to their citizens' need, to be in constant search and implementation of ways to make their lives better, easier, and more wholesome. And if everyone will do that, we will have a whole clean world. We need to comprehend and understand the depths of the crisis today and act upon it. 16,000 children die of hunger every single day. Can you imagine that? This, and we have in the same phase, the government are using $800 billion on military. $800 billion on military from the taxes just in United States. Military, killing machines. What are we protecting? What is a war? Ideologies come along in the minds of unqualified and undeserving human beings who are the leaders of the countries like Israel, like Russia, like other places. Ideologies become strong and they become killing machines, and they kill children who have done nothing wrong. Where is our consciousness? We have to heed these things, heed these verses of the holy books. This is not a joke. Our Creator is watching us. $800 billion on military. Imagine if you spend that thing on education, reformation, building up people, coming with ideas, helping with ideas that help people to build. Imagine if this money is spent on that. Listen what Proverb says in Proverb 3:27-28. Listen to this. It makes you cry. Do everything you possibly can for those who need help. If your neighbor needs something you have, don't say come back tomorrow. Give it to him immediately. Imagine this. This is not joke. Ideologies that come into the mind of corrupt people like Netanyahu, Putin, and 100 other leaders who are possessing power, and they have power and they are killing children. We have to do something about it. It's not about who won the election. It's about if that person has a qualification and knows how to run the government peacefully, productively, not to spend $900 billion on military instead of building. People, we pay the taxes. We pay for these people to come to the power. Be wise. Please be wise. Most important thing is United Nations. We have police offices every corner of our street. Police office. But in the world we don't have no police. United Nations supposed to be a respected agency that comes in and judges between the problems that governments they have. But they neglect this. Therefore war starts and children die. Give the power and respect to United Nations and make it an agency that can implement peace and constructive building. It's very, very important. We don't have to necessarily pull guns. Here it says, overcome evil with good, and see how your worst enemy becomes your best friend. When are we going to implement these things? It's very important. Please, my dear brothers and sisters, my friends, please implement love, constructive building, and godliness into our lives. It's not about God. It's our Creator who created your father, you, your father, your mother, your brothers and sisters. That's your Creator. We need to implement these ideas. Thank you for listening and pass the word around. God bless you.